Welcome to a new special series called The Bathroom Break. That extra 10 minutes you either have to listen to marketing tips or use the bathroom or both. But I don't recommend both, but that's your choice.
This collab is going to be super fun. We have Daniel Murray from the Marketing Millennials and me, Jay Schwedelson from the Do This Not That podcast and subjectline.com. Each episode in the series, we are going to go over quick tips about different marketing topics. And if you want to be in the bathroom, fine, just don't tell us about it. Thanks for checking it out.
We are back with another episode of The Bathroom Break. I'm here with the fantastic host, creator, Jay Schwedelson. It's happening this week, so I had to bring it up. I mean, it's like
Thanks,
one time you would
yes.
bring it up. And I just want to talk to you about something because you have like a tension relationship with ChatGPT or like Claude, like how do you talk to ChatGPT? Like, what is like your tone of voice? Like,
So I'll tell you where this is coming from. So Daniel and I were texting last night because I was working on a very important infographic where I was trying to get ChatGPT to break down the Summer House, the show on Bravo, the Summer House relationships. I wanted to make an infographic about all the relationships between Ciara and Kyle and Amanda and Wes, that nerd. And ChatGPT was getting it wrong. It couldn't understand how Kyle was still married to Amanda, but Amanda was hooking up with West. And it took me like 15 tries. So I was sending Daniel my screenshots of me yelling at ChatGPT, and I was literally like, "Hey, ass clown, you're not getting it right. This person's married to this person, whatever." And I'm very, very, very rude to AI tools. Are you rude, or are you worried the robot's going to come beat you up?
I catch myself sometimes. I really think that if a little thanks, even though it wastes some money on ChatGPT side, if the robots start attacking and I said thank you, at least I have some like thing to say.
Well, let me. Oh, by the way, we're going to talk about like webinar and different tactics for showing up, but let me tell you why you shouldn't say thank you. And Google came out, Sergey Brin, one of the founders of Google, came out and said two things. One is, he said, if you are mean to ChatGPT or whatever, or Gemini, it doesn't help. What happens though is, the reason people think it helps is when you yell at it, you say, hey, you suck, AI, you need to do more of this. Everybody seems to put in an extra piece of instruction and then they get a better output, but it's not because you yelled at it, but it's because you gave that extra piece of instruction. So yelling at it doesn't help, but it makes me feel good. But I did read that when you say thank you to it, it then takes more compute, whatever the hell that means, for it to process the fact that you thanked it. And apparently that's like using up more of the environment and more of this crap. So you're actually not supposed to thank AI because it eats up more compute.
Yeah, I saw that article too, and I also think that if robots come and attack and I was not polite, then I might be the first one to be attacked. So
I'll be clipping robot toenails for a living, 100%. I believe that. All right, let's get into it. So a lot of people out there use webinars and different types of small live events or big live events, whatever, virtual and all this stuff to fill up their pipeline, all this stuff. But everyone does little things for webinars wrong. They think that webinars don't work and all the things. So Daniel, I got a million little tips, but what do you got to get people to get engaged, to want to show up, all the stuff?
one of the biggest mistakes people make, and I don't know if you agree on this, is they give everything away in the title or the description. Like they don't leave any excitement for coming. They say like, you're going to learn, this is everything you're going to learn. The title tells you exactly what it is, and they give most of it away. I feel like you need to write your headlines like a subject line, like something that is curiosity driven, and it needs to signal who it's for. But people like say like the exact details of every little thing that's happening in this webinar. And I think you need to leave things up for interpretation and let people come and see it. And I think that's one of the biggest mistakes that I see in a lot of webinars. I'm like, first of all, this is way too long of a title. And second of all, this sounds really boring. Or third of all, this is not driving any curiosity or piquing my interest or insightful to me.
Yeah, I completely agree. And nobody actually cares about who the speakers are. You know, those two little circles with people's heads in it of random titles, nobody cares who they are, not even their moms. What you really want to do is lead with what the content is. And little things, for example, if your content title includes a number, right? The 12 quick tips to blah, blah, blah. The 7 must-knows that we're going to rip through, right? And if it has a number, registration rates go up massively. And if it has an industry or the actual audience that you're talking about, the 7 things people in the retail sector need to know, the 7 things direct-to-consumer marketers need to know. When it has an industry or the segment that you're marketing to, again, we see registration rates go through the roof, because the more somebody can see and be like, this is for me and not for everybody else, that's what's key. You can't just title it the future of retail, blah, blah, blah. That is boring. That is wallpaper. That is garbage.
I see this also like in like bigger events where they come up with like what would happening in the speaker lineup of every event has like this fluffy ChatGPT written title. And I'm like, could you just give me what this event is for, so I know what I'm gonna get, what I'm gonna take away, I'm gonna get, and don't give away and make it sound boring. Like make it sound interesting, pique my interest. Another thing, I know you can't. I feel like people remind people about their webinar. I know this is a tip that you say all the time, but when you have something going on, you need to like send like a day before. Nobody's going to remember. Like nobody's going to remember. It needs to be like within like the hour of and within the minutes of this happening. Like people are not going to remember. And the second point I want to also make is the other thing that I do really believe is like setting a serialized date for your webinar, like the same time every month, and do it repeating once a month or every quarter, so people get used to like at 12 o'clock on the 30th of every month, this brand does this type of webinar that talks about X, Y, and Z. I think people don't do that enough. They just say, oh, I want one on the 2nd and the 5th at 2, at 1, at this. You need to set up a repeat way and a serialized way to people know it's like a show instead of just this one-off thing you're doing.
Yeah, and I want to double down on what you just said about reminding people. People are like, oh, we're annoying people. We're sending out too much email. That is garbage. First of all, somebody signed up for your webinar. They signed up. So what we have found is 2 emails the day of. 1 4 hours out of the webinar and 1 within the hour of it occurring. And that may seem like a lot to send 2 emails, but the show up rate is everything. People that show up live to a webinar go to pipeline 400% higher than those that don't show up live. Nobody watches on demand. They sign up to get the thing, but they don't watch it. That's one of the reasons, by the way, live only has exploded. In the last year, the number of brands and the number of marketers that are putting on live only versions of their webinars has exponentially increased, because everybody now sees there's really no value in people watching on demand. So getting them to do live is critical, again, to show up live. And if you've not tested live only, number 1, you should. Number 2, you have to promote it heavily as live only. And yeah, you'll upset some people, but who cares? You're going to get more opportunities, more business, more pipeline. Live only is the future. Even you see it on Netflix. They're investing more and more stuff on live events. There's a reason for that, because that is what's working.
Yeah, if you don't want to do only live only, make something in the event that's actually interesting live only. Like you can only ask
Q&A.
Yeah. If you come, you're gonna get like the actual slides. If you don't, you can't. Like something that's live that they can get for being there, or because otherwise they just will wait till the recording comes out and they probably won't even watch the recording, to be honest. Like how many recordings have you watched that's been sent after?
No, exactly. And then the other thing you can promote is the fact that if you don't want to do live only because you're scared, say the on-demand will not be available for 30 days. And if you say that to people, it freaks them out. They're like, oh, well, I need this now, right? So if you say on-demand will not be available for 30 days, you need to give people a reason to show up, whether it's we're going to do a beta release for only live attendees, Q&A for only live attendees, or just do live only. This is the future of where we're headed, because
let me ask you a question. Where do you put that? Like, do you put it on the landing page? You put it in the
everywhere.
emails? Okay, I just want
everywhere. We're going to go, we need you there live in big brackets. On demand won't be available for 30 days after, so be there. And we're very aggressive about it. And listen, you need to have a little bit of thick skin. We can't be marketing to everybody always at all times, meaning like everybody can't always be happy. If everyone's happy and has total availability of every piece of content that you have, I actually think you're doing something wrong. right? You have to make it feel exclusive, selective, or else who the hell wants to show up?
Yeah, I that's why we talk about this all the time. Like I get happy when like I see someone unsubscribe or someone leave the list or someone write something, because if I know that maybe that person was not the person for this content and I want to have a specific type of person read my content, and maybe that person isn't that person. So
the best was I was on Reddit. I was on Reddit yesterday. I was reading something about, I don't even know what, and the person commented, they posted something about me talking about something to do with events and marketing. And then this person commented, goes, I almost never agree with Jay. Most of his ideas are terrible or whatever. And I just went on to the comment. I go, I totally agree with you. That guy Jay is terrible. I think he's the worst. From my own account. And it's clearly me.
I love like a reverse troll back. Oh yeah, you're right. I am terrible.
I suck.
Yeah, I'm the worst. Like,
The
sorry.
worst. It's the best. It's so true.
Could you tell me, like, for people who don't know, like, what's happening on Eventastic?
Oh, that's nice of you. Yeah, no. So this Thursday and Friday, Eventastic is giant, a free virtual event, the world's largest event about events. It's going to be crazy. It's 2 days. Who cares about the actual learning about all this stuff related to events and webinars and all this stuff? We're doing a Taylor Swift dance contest. We got a live cannonball guy. We have DJ dance parties. We're doing the mouth guard game. We're going to wear mouth guards and do a full session wearing mouth guards. I mean, it's not going to be normal.
I feel like, have you seen those videos of like when people, like that's how you like learn how to speak properly, is like have a pencil in your mouth or something like that. So maybe
we're doing the big mouth guards, like literally like the half the size of your face. And we have a panel. They're going to be talking about event related stuff wearing the mouth guards.
I do not want to know what goes on Jay's brain, because he puts like the weirdest thing, like who does a live cannonball on their thing and giant mouth guards and stuff.
We had a call with the guy yesterday setting up for the cannonball thing. And I was like, can we put a target out there and like you have to land on it? And if you land on it, like then maybe we'll make a donation to charity or whatever. But I go, if you don't land on it, then like I don't want you to like die. So the guy's like, I don't want to die either.
Yeah, like that would be the worst thing to happen at a live event.
Yeah. So, imagine I get sued. I don't even know about by people that had like trauma and stress from watching it. Well, this is amazing. Listen, everybody go leave Daniel. Somebody has to go leave Daniel a comment on Spotify and say, Daniel, you're cool. Then we'll know everybody's listening. Because you are cool, Daniel.
We appreciate the funny comments on podcasts and Spotify.
We want toilet emojis everywhere.
Exactly. Later.
Daniel, come on, man. I got to get back to work. Get out of there. All right. While he's still in there, this is Jay. Check out my podcast, Do This, Not That, for marketers. Each week we share really quick tips on stuff that can improve your marketing, and I hope you give it a try. Oh, here's Daniel. He's finally out.
Back from my bathroom break. This is Daniel. Go follow the Marketing Millennials podcast, but also tune into this series. It's once a week, the bathroom break. We talk about marketing tips that we just spew out, and it could be anything from email subject line to any marketing tips in the world. We'll talk about it. Just give us a shout on LinkedIn and tell us what you want to hear. Peace out.
Later.